Mr. Dudley, come in, please.
The behind-the-scenes efforts of Bunker Hill Middle School custodian Shawn Dudley earned well-deserved recognition when Dudley was honored as the 2019-20 Gloucester County Educational Support Professional of the Year in November. WTTV proudly directed the spotlight on Shawn and his daily efforts as the consummate team player and one of the top dogs on the Bulldog squad.
I actually nominated him, and he had several other letters of recommendation sent over to the county to support the nomination. But usually someone who is considered for this honour has gone above and beyond what would normally be their job parameters, so he's worked very hard. His continued work, his advocacy for his students, the district, and the community. He's worked very hard on health and safety issues over the past few years, and he actually has formed the first NJEA joint health and safety committee with the WTEA and the WTSSPA now, and taken it one step further and gone into the community. Now they have a community health and safety commission now, so that everyone's involved, community, parents, administration here, and they pick up on anything that could affect students or staff in the district. So he's really worked hard on that.
I'm not surprised that he's being recognized. I didn't expect it, but I'm not surprised. One of the things here is he's much more than a custodian in my building. He's kind of an extra pair of eyes and ears for me. I remember the first day, he's the first person I met when I came here was Mr. Dudley, and he walked around with me and he showed me everything, and I specifically requested to meet with him. He's just very good. He loves kids, and he's an educator at heart, but he just happens to be a custodian, and he's highly respected by staff and kids here, and they look to him not just, oh, he's the custodian here. They look to him as a very key player in this building.
I can tell you that my first day coming to Bunker Hill, I believe it was a Friday night, I talked to Mr. Distilio, and one of the first things that he told me within the first 5 minutes is, you need to meet our head custodian. He's one of the most important people here. And I think why that is because Shawn, not only does he take care of our day-to-day needs, but also one of the things that Shawn and I talk about almost all of the time is what's best for kids. So sometimes if we're making a decision about something as simple as a setup for an assembly or how to rearrange the periods for our gyms because of the issues that we had with our gym floor, one of the questions that Shawn always asks us is, what's best for kids, and whatever is best for kids that's what Shawn wants to do. And I think it's very easy in his position to kind of get lost in the day-to-day work and just, hey, clean this up, do this for us. But I think it takes a special person to worry about, what's most important. That's our children here. And I think that's why Shawn needs to be recognized not only for, our school, but also the district, because that's an important quality that I think we sometimes in education or even the political arena, we get lost. We're here for children, and Shawn really keeps us grounded in that and always pushes us to think about our kids here.
I think Shawn is now the third person in the past 5 years that has come from Washington Township to be recognized by the county for this particular award. I believe Chrissy Kozar was the first that I could recall. Kathy Hargraves got the award, I think, last year, and now Shawn Dudley this year. So I think it says something about what the county's perception is of the work that our paraprofessionals are doing here in Washington Township. Shawn, I know he is he really very much the lifeblood and kind of exemplifies Bunker Hill Middle School in many ways. His principal, Mike Distilio, just really can't say enough good things about their working relationship and the care in which Shawn takes care of that building, takes care of the kids and staff in that building, his level of consciousness as it relates to the work that he's doing, all because, in his own words, he wants to see Washington Township be the best district it can possibly be. He lives here, his kids go here, so he really does things from a place that's deep inside of his soul, deep inside of his heart, and that's really, what more can you expect of one of your employees than to be somebody of that particular ilk. And on top of that, he's taken a leadership role in his local union. He's currently the vice president. He works very closely with my office as it relates to issues and concerns as they may come up during the course of the year. And it's a real pleasure to work with him in terms of his ability to take take that information and work collaboratively with the administration on real solutions that keep our district moving forward. So I think he really exemplifies the kind of person, employee that we want in Washington Township, one that cares deeply about the district, cares deeply about our kids, cares deeply about his community, and as a result applies himself in the best way possible every single day in that effort to make sure that we are the great district that we all want to be.
I've learned the value of custodians very well from actually my dad. My dad was a former military officer, and he told me, and he tells me still, he says, if you take care of your sergeants, they'll keep you alive. And he was an officer, right? And Shawn's that sergeant for me. Shawn's the guy that gives me the advice when I need to with whatever's going on. If there's water on the floor, if there's something going on with the ceiling tile, if there's something that needs to be an extra pair of eyes in a bathroom because some kids might be in the bathroom, he's that guy, and he allows me to run the building because of his vast knowledge. And if we don't have him, this place doesn't run as good. And I would imagine in other schools, principals feel the same way about their custodian as their right-hand person.
I'm a great believer in when you walk into a facility that if you present a clean, well-maintained facility, I think it adds to the lifeblood and the culture of the school in terms of the philosophical mind. If you're coming in and things look run down and they're not as they should be, that sets a very potentially negative tone, which often translates into how people are feeling about themselves. And when you're talking about a business of human kindness and human connection, people's attitudes play a big role in our ability to do that most effectively. So the custodian's critical because they're the ones that are taking care of that facility. They're making sure that the various needs that people have are being met on a given day. And somebody who recognizes and has that same attitude that they also want to have an environment where people know that they can come into, knows going to be clean, knows that they can expect to have certain things available to them when they need them, and will be able to take care of things when they do occur quickly and happily, is very critical to, I think, the entire psychological feeling of a building, the culture of that building. I think that they play a critical part, and their importance can't be overlooked.
Well, sometimes I don't think people realise exactly how hard he works. His commitment to the staff and the members and the district it just goes above and beyond. He's always there. There's no job too small, too big. He'll take his gloves off and have a go at anything. He's been a mentor for quite a few people, and people look up to Shawn. He's very good with his custodial duties. He is very well respected within his school, and he's a great asset to our union.
I just think the world of him. I think he's an absolutely fabulous human being who does whatever he needs to do for teachers, for kids, to support us. He's a bulldog, and we're very proud to have bulldogs here.